And welcome to the show, Our Islam and Community Issues. Today our guest and co-host is Brother Benjamin Shabazz. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, sir.
Good to see you. Outstanding. We want to talk about an event that was in Los Angeles, California, here this past December. It was called A Time to Be Grateful. This is sponsored by the Muslim Journal newspaper. Brother Benjamin, you want to just talk about that whole thing, not just the concept of the time to be grateful.
Okay, well, let's open up with a brief prayer.
All righty.
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. With the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All the praises belong to Allah, Lord of all the worlds. Ameen.
Ameen. All right.
So this event happens every year, and it travels around the country.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, it was in Los Angeles, and it was 3 days, starting with Juma on Friday,
Okay.
and ending at Sunday, with some kind of a public speaking event or something.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, it was a complete rejuvenation of my soul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, complete rejuvenation of my soul, and it is put on with the understanding, or I should say, the foundation of it is based on the understanding of Imam Wafdi Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
And I wait for these events, the convention, the annual convention,
Right.
and the time to be grateful, and other events that may come upon you, because when you're around people that doing the work that you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
sharing different experiences, and so that camaraderie just blends automatically,
Okay.
and you become whole again.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take it from there.
So for our viewers who might not be familiar with Imam W.D. Muhammad, who is Imam W.D. Muhammad and where did he come from?
Imam Wafdi Muhammad was the son of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who taught the cleaning up of the American Negro. This is 1934, I think it is, to 1975.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by the cleaning up is that he presented himself as being the messenger of God and introducing us to Islam.
Mm-hmm.
So now, and so the things that we learned from him was the devices that most of the African Americans were participating in, and normally, smoking, drinking,
Mm-hmm. All that stuff.
fornication, et cetera, the wildlife,
Mm-hmm.
So he cleaned us up from those things. Eating pork.
Mm-hmm.
He introduced us to the concept of Ramadan.
Okay.
But it wasn't a correct Ramadan, but it was an introduction.
Right.
It was like, as we're taught in Islam, Al-Islam, that you talk to people on the level that they're at.
Mm-hmm.
So he was talking to us on the level that we were at. If he had came to us with straight Islam, it may have been overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
So we learned different things in pieces, and at a baby level. Like Ramadan, we know travels through the lunar calendar. What he taught us was to fast the same month every year.
Right, in December, the shortest
Yeah,
month.
the shortest month.
Yeah, it was easy to fast then.
Yeah. But what he didn't teach us was the Quran.
Okay.
But yet he talked about the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
And he told us to take the Quran. He said that's the only pure book. He told us to take it and wrap it up, and put it in the highest place in your house,
Right.
giving it the respect that it deserved.
Mm-hmm.
But very little was coming from the teachings, his teachings and his ministers' teachings from the Quran.
Okay.
It was coming from his teachings,
Mm-hmm.
you see. And so a lot of people want to say, well, that's shirk and that's haram and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
But we completely overlook who taught him. And who taught him was a Muslim
Mm-hmm.
that knew about Islam.
Gotcha.
His name was Farad Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
He taught him. So there's pros and cons on that whole thing,
Right.
and the pros on it is that we knew that this was not a complete stage. That was the beginning stage.
Gotcha.
Because he looked at the ending and the beginning, and it's like the caterpillar and the butterfly. You know, it's the same creature, it's the same being, but look what stage it's in.
How it evolved.
The caterpillar crawls around on the ground. The butterfly, once it transforms into the butterfly, it flies over all the enemies the caterpillar used to have to deal with, you know. But it's the same being, yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's the pros on this whole thing. So Sister Aisha Mustafa, who was the editor of the Muslim Journal,
Gotcha.
every year, you know, she asks different communities that they want to, you know, share this responsibility. So we've been to Atlanta, to L.A., to Detroit,
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky, yes,
home
sir.
of Muhammad Ali, the
Muhammad
greatest.
Ali, the champ is here. The champ is here. Yeah. So she goes all over the country, which affords the believers to see different places they would never go to.
Exactly.
Who would never go to.
So the Muslim Journal is a newspaper that's documenting the history of the African American Muslims, because nobody else is.
Say that one more time.
The Muslim Journal is documenting the African American Muslims in the United States, our story.
Because?
Nobody else is telling that story.
You want to get that, Jamal?
I think he can zoom, he might be able to zoom in. We didn't let him know in advance.
Yeah. Well, take your time. There it is.
There it is.
Can we get a closer upper?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, on this side, you have the American flag. On this side, you have a Muslim flag, which is the Quran, opened up with rays of gold coming from it.
Light.
Yeah, rays of light coming from it. So what does it say here? It says, bringing humanity together in moral excellence with truth and understanding. This is the Muslim Journal. And thank you, Jamal. And like you said, nobody else is telling that story. As a matter of fact, from my personal experience, I don't know if they don't know the story, don't want to know the story, but they seem to think that we don't even have a story.
Exactly.
You know, we're just supposed to follow behind what they tell us and forget. But that's not what the Quran says. The Quran says that Allah created us in different tribes so that we may come together and know each other and not hate each other. So we have a story to tell. We have a fantastic story to tell. If you look at American society, if you look at Western society, and especially American society, you'll see that the position of the African American is 100% essential and was a full participator in the history of America. You'll see that from the days of slavery up to the days of emancipation and up until now. And I can't see to the world for me, how can a Muslim come from overseas and not study that?
Exactly. I mean, it's a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a miracle. Well, let's move in. We have some pictures of the event, and this was in Los Angeles, California, December 13th through the 15th, 2019. And let's go to the first slide there. And there it is, Ben, you can see it there. Judge Hassan and the Masjid Kids. So they do a rap, a thing on the 99 names of Allah, and they were fantastic. We had some video of it, but we couldn't quite get it on. But they were the hit. They were the hit of the thing, and they were just on point, you know, called the Masjid Kids. And the judge, he comes out there, and he has his uniform on and everything. This is
but wait a minute, it's a real judge too.
Yeah, it's a real judge.
Yeah, it's a real judge.
It's a real judge, yeah. It's a real judge. So this is a picture of me and Khalia Camacho Ali, the former wife of Muhammad Ali, there at the event there. She was real nice, taking pictures with everybody. And like I said, she was a former wife of Muhammad Ali.
And she was lit up.
Oh yeah, she was lit up. This woman is smart.
She was lit up.
She is smart and can talk. She can give a speech.
And here again, the story that nobody wants to tell. This was the wife of one of our heroes, one of Muslim heroes, Muhammad Ali.
Exactly.
And she told the story that when she first met Muhammad, he came to her school. She was like 13 or 14. And he was signing autographs. And she told him right away, she said, he was signing autographs as Cassius Clay.
Right.
And she told him, so you got to get rid of this name. Did you know who Cassius Clay is? That he was a slave owner in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. But he was also an abolitionist too.
Was he?
Yes. Yes, he was an abolitionist.
Man, you know what?
She didn't know that.
Okay.
Then, but yeah, he was an abolitionist.
Okay.
So there's, as I said, that's the rest of the story, like Paul Harvey used to say.
Yeah.
So this is the banner there of the Muslim Journal, over 36 years of continuous weekly publication for Muslim Americans, and really it's for everyone. And it just talks about that you know, people who used to, and are still, you know, doing the Muslim Journal and everything. Let's go to the next one. That's the picture I like.
Yeah.
That's the picture I like. That's the picture. A young African-American child there reading something that has some sense, the Muslim Journal. Yes. Because if we don't, like I said, if we don't tell the story, nobody else is. All right. That's my favorite picture. Let's go to the next one. Okay, now this is Team Shabazz here. You might know some of these people here. You might want to say something about these people right here.
Yeah, they do look familiar.
Yeah.
Those are my grandkids. Iman on the right, Salima in the middle, and Jayla on the left.
All right.
And they were excited about coming. They're always excited about coming. They've been coming since they was little.
Little ones, yeah. Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right, Team Shabazz. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so then here's another group of fine-looking gentlemen here.
Distinguished brothers.
Distinguished brothers. So tell us who's there. Who's that there?
So on the right is yourself, Brother Naeem Sharif, Brother Rashad Elamine, and on the left is my son, Jamil Shabazz.
Yeah. So it was good to see everybody there from Seattle. There was a few people there from Seattle there in LA, so that was good. That was good. And I find out take the picture when you can, because you never know if you ever get a chance to take that same picture or whatever.
You're right, you're right.
Yeah, so I try to take them, So let's go to the next one. Oh, this is Brother Mikhail Majid.
Yes.
Now he is a he was up here in Seattle for a long time playing music. He is an outstanding musician.
Outstanding.
And yeah, he is a professional keyboard arranger, musician from Seattle, Washington, oriented in American jazz music. Mikhail started playing the organ at an early age. He was inspired by the organist Jimmy Smith. After moving to Los Angeles, California, he attended the Dick Grove School of Music and later attended Cal State University, earning a BA degree in music composition. He has performed and toured with such notable musicians as Gladys Knight, Cheryl Lynn, El DeBarge, The Platters, and countless others. And earlier this year, during the African American Music Appreciation Month, Mikhail Majid was honored at City Hall in Los Angeles to the Living Legends Foundation. Our brother.
Wow, that's our brother too.
That's our brother, yes sir.
And when he comes to Seattle, he always comes to our masjid, our center. Yeah.
He always comes. He can go anywhere. You know, he could go to the big ones.
Yeah.
But he comes to where we're at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the next one. And the brother can play, yeah, and he's a good brother. Oh, and this is Mubashir. How do you pronounce his last name?
Uqta.
Okay, I'm glad you know how to pronounce it.
How you spell it?
Uqdta.
Yeah, Ukhtar.
Okay.
Ukhtar.
And he's been doing a lot of research on the language of Imam W.D. Muhammad.
Right.
And he is breaking that language down because he understands, Imam Muhammad understood that we needed a new language. We needed a new tape, a new DVD, a new file running in our brains to replace what we had. And language is very important. So he's done a lot of work in that. Very good brother back there.
Very good brother, and he's also married to our sister and friend.
Yeah.
Sister Rita.
Sister Rita, yeah. So it was good to see both of them there. All right, let's go on to the next one. And this is Khalil Muhammad Ali, and this brother here did a poem, and so he gave her a plaque of this poem and honoring Muhammad Ali and so forth there. So that's what that was about. And this was at the cultural night. Yeah, the cultural night, yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the next one. And this is the Imam there in Los Angeles at the Bilal Masjid, Abdul Karim Hassan. You want to say a little bit about him?
Well, he goes by A.K. Hassan.
A.K.
You know, and he's been around this community, a part of this community, since the days of Elijah Muhammad.
Okay.
And he rose to the level of Imam. He's a very well-respected brother and a cool brother to know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now they're talking about building, finishing up the plans.
Yeah, they're not talking; they building now.
Yeah,
they're building now.
Yeah, and he gave the khutbah.
Okay, he gave the khutbah there Friday. Yeah, very good brother. Yeah. All right, and they honored him there also.
Yeah, here it is, right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, they sure did honor him. And let me see, what is it that they honored him with? They said he receives the California state recognition as an Islamic promoter of freedom, justice, and equality. Mm-hmm.
So hard-working soldier. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is, tell us who's in this picture.
Oh, that's Sister Aisha Mustafa.
She's the editor of the Muslim Journal.
Editor of the Muslim Journal, and let me just say this about the Muslim Journal. It has been out every week non-stop since the days of Malcolm X. Because he was the one that gave a shot in the arm for the Muslim Journal. And it went from different editors and things. It evolved over time. It evolved over names and different names.
Yeah,
and things.
back then, Muhammad Speaks.
Muhammad Speaks.
Before that, I think it was even called something before that.
The Final Call.
Final Call.
Yeah.
So it's called The Final Call, Muhammad Speaks, Bilalian News.
Bilalian News.
And now it's the Muslim Journal.
And next to her is my son, Jamil Shabazz. Next to him is his son, Jamil Tariq Shabazz.
Jamil Tariq.
And yeah. So they all looking good there.
Yeah, they were working there. They were doing filming and everything, and Tariq was working with the lights there, the thing.
Yeah.
So that was good to see. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next. And what's interesting, we have a woman editor in the community. So none of that old crazy stuff, no funny stuff. Oh, so now this is the fashion show. Fashion show was out of sight. There were several pictures I could have did, but this brother was styling, and you know how you walk down the runway and everything, and then at the end he did a little squat, and the crowd just just went crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, they just went crazy. I mean, you saw it, you were there. Yeah, because they were, do like we do. We were styling. He was styling. All right.
And the thing about the fashion shows, every year there's a fashion show.
Yeah.
Every year there's a fashion show. And you see, it's not just for males, but for males and females. And you see some of the most fantastic styles that these designers made themselves.
Yeah.
And you had an opportunity to purchase these, you know?
Yeah. And when we do, okay, I don't know if we can see in that picture. We'll do another picture, and there's a comment I want to make about how our Muslim community, you don't separate the men and the women at the events. The only time men are separated is just at Jumu'ah, and that's for a short time.
Right.
But the men and the women, you know, and what better place to meet another person is at these events. But if you're separated, you're not going to know who that person across the hall is, who's that sister, who's that brother, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So that, you know, we have to do it our way, you know.
Well, you just have to use common sense.
Common sense, yeah.
And common sense has left the room in a lot of places.
It has left the building now.
Yeah.
So this is brother, his brother was sharp, man. He came out there styling with his nice, that's a nice shirt, I wouldn't mind having that. And I'm sorry we couldn't get the video on, but they were styling hard with their walk.
Styling and profiling. That's what they was doing.
That's what they was doing. All right. Like I said, yeah, I like that. I should have picked that one up. All right, we got the next one.
Look at this.
And this sister here came out there.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this outfit. She can wear that in a casual setting or a formal setting.
Yeah, so she has pants, but then she has the dress that goes over it.
Right.
And the color, everything was good on that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, this is a sister, and actually, I don't know how it shows up on the camera, but it's actually red. Kind of looks orange there a little bit from our perspective. I don't know how it looks to the TV audience.
Yeah.
She was styled. I had another picture. I had to choose between the two, but this gave a full page. But she had the red shoes to match.
Okay.
Yeah. She wasn't playing. She wasn't playing. You know, modest, but modern.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Modest and modern.
Yeah. Oh, and then go back to that picture. Just go back. Yeah. So you see the crowd, everybody's sitting down, you know, men, women.
Yeah.
They're not separated.
Yeah.
Because I know when Muslims come over here, when they have Muslim events, they like to separate the men and the women. And like I say, why would you do that at a social event? If you want to get to know somebody in a setting, this is the place to do it.
Yeah, separate you like you're going to attack each other.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you. Okay, we'll go to the next one. And I think this shows, I like that picture, yeah. That's it right there. What was the first thing that the Quran said to do? Read.
Iqra.
Read. Okay, now this picture here, the T-shirts, they say Black, Muslim, and fly. So the sisters came out, So the sisters came out, like I said, they had it on the video, but we couldn't get it working right. They came out, they were styling, they was bouncing, and they were going. They just came out there, they're proud of who they are. They're proud that they're black, they're proud that they're Muslim, and that they fly.
And here you see the children, but behind her you see the sister of what would you call it? A stature, you know. And it shows you things that you can wear, you know.
Exactly, exactly. And people were having fun at the fashion show. It wasn't this you know, stiff event. I mean, you could have your African American culture.
Right.
We have a culture, and so many times, we want to adopt somebody in the Middle East culture. That's their culture. That's fine.
Yeah.
They want to have their food. I mean, it's all right. It's fine, but we like to have our own stuff.
Yeah.
We know how to make some seasoned, good chicken, fried chicken, whatever it's going to be.
Right.
Some mashed potatoes with some, some potato salad with some seasoning in it, some paprika.
Macaroni and cheese.
And, you know, however we want to do it, we can do it our way. Bean pie, come on now.
And put it right there, sit it right there next to somebody with curry chicken.
Exactly.
You know, and have the general population enjoy all these different styles
all the different flavors.
Yeah.
All right. So I like that Black, Muslim, and fly. All right, let's go to the next one. I don't know if there's any more. We'll see. That might be all of them.
Is that it, Jamal?
Yeah, I think that might be all the pictures. Okay. All right. Yeah. We had some video, but we couldn't get the video to work. So we got 3 minutes. So that's good. So anything else you want to say to wrap this kind of up?
Yeah, I want to say that I don't know what the reason is, and it's kind of a mystery to me, but a lot of communities that come from overseas, they want to discount the community and the work that's been done by Imam Warfdeen Muhammad. But at the same time, they all want to praise Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, how do you make a diamond? Through pressure. And the pressures of the African American community, Allah raised up people like Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali to tour the world.
Exactly.
And be respected. Because I think he knew that people from overseas, I don't know if they're jealous, I don't know what it is, but they won't lift these people up, you see.
Well, a lot of those countries have been colonized, so they got some mental issues to deal with too.
Yeah.
You know, and we were talking about another program, you know, about trauma.
Well, when you say colonized, now what do you mean?
You know, the Europeans, you know, took over their country.
Right.
That's what I mean. They took over their country and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So, so that means they influenced them how to teach Islam?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently so. You know,
So I wanted to, why don't you just highlight this book a little bit about the brother who, or just put it up for the camera.
Well, it's going to be hard for him to get it there.
Oh.
Just because of the color. He might be able to zoom in on it. Sorry we didn't give you notice on that. Oh, yeah, this was the book that they had, though. You bought it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
The Kinsey Collection.
Kinsey Collection. It talks about, well, so just briefly in 20 seconds, tell me.
African American art and history.
Art and history.
It's about our history.
About our history,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. That's right. Yeah, so there were some dynamic people there who were speaking at
Yes.
the banquet and everything.
Yes.
And what I liked, I saw a lot of young people there,
Yes.
which was very encouraging because, as you and I know, we're next off the diving board. When I say diving board, to the next transition. So it's good to see the youth there and everything. Muslim Time to Be Grateful, a great title, a great event, and I'm glad we have it in the African American Muslim community. So with that, thank you all very much for listening.
Well, let's say this. If you see something come up about African American Muslim Convention or the African American Time to Be Grateful under the leadership of Imam Warfdeen Muhammad, if you can go to it, go to it. Your eyes will be open to an experience that you'll never forget. And you will say, I didn't know this even existed.
Yeah, you'll see it for yourself, that Muslims are part of humanity. Thank you very much.
And also, with brothers there from Tacoma. You know, quite a few brothers there from Tacoma.
Yeah, some people came out.
And sisters, yeah. So I just wanted to put that in there.
Okay. Yeah, it was good to see Seattle represented. All right, thank you all very much. Thank you for watching. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.